Hi, and welcome to, you guessed it, another video on Norse mythology. So we've talked about the gods and we've talked about the cosmology, so now let's start getting into the tales. And the first is going to be the creation of the cosmos and of the first humans. Now this is where things get interesting. So before the existence of anything, there was just the abyss that existed between Muspelheim and Niflheim. So frost from Niflheim and flames from Muspelheim met in the abyss and formed the giant Ymir, which means screamer, from the melting ice. He was a hermaphrodite who could produce asexually, and he did just that. So as previously mentioned, his offspring sprouted from his body and would become the ancestors of all the giants. As the ice continued to melt, Adhumla the cow emerged, and she nourished Ymir with her milk as she was nourished in turn by the ice. So her licks uncovered Buri, the first of the Aesir tribe. So Buri fathered Bor, who married Besla, the daughter of Bolthorn the giant. The children of Bor and Besla were Odin, Vili, and Ve. So Odin and his brothers would then slay Ymir and construct the world from his corpse. So flesh became land, blood became oceans, bones became mountains, teeth became cliffs, hair became trees, brains became clouds, and eyebrows were used as a fence. The dome of the heavens was created by four dwarves, Nordi, Sudri, Austri, and Vestri, holding up his skull. And these are the 4 points of a compass. The blood that flowed due to Ymir's death drowned almost all of the giants. As I mentioned earlier, the two who remained, Bergelmir and his wife, escaped to Jotunheim and would then create all of the giants, making this the home of the giants. Ymir is the personification of chaos before creation. So he and the abyss are ways of talking about limitless potential that aren't actualized. Him being a hermaphrodite was another example of being formless, and the gods creating different sexes was a way to bring order to this chaos. So the giants represented chaos eternally to the gods, and this ultimately brought about the destruction of the gods during Ragnarok. So now let's talk about the creation of the first humans. The story of the first humans begins with three brothers walking along the seashore. Sometimes these brothers are referred to as Odin, Vili, and Ve, and in other sources it's Odin, Honir, and Loder. Either way, Odin and two of his brothers are walking along the seashore. So while they're walking, they come upon two pieces of driftwood in the sand, and they were shaped like a man and a woman. But as they were lifeless and spiritless, the gods decided to give them life. One version tells it this way: Spirit they possessed not, sense they had not, blood nor motive powers nor goodly color. Spirit gave Odin, sense gave Honir, blood gave Loder, and goodly color. In short, Odin gave them life, while his brothers, whether Vili and Ve or Honir and Loder, depending on which version you're reading, gave them capability, senses, and a lively appearance. Their appearances were based on the image of the gods. They were then dressed and given the names Ask and Embla, Ask being the first man and Embla being the first woman. They then became the beings of Midgard and would go on to mother and father the entire human race. So throughout the tales, we'll be able to see some of the ways the people of Midgard, the humans, attribute things in their worlds to the gods. The 4 directions of a compass that we just saw in the story of the creation of the cosmos was just one example. So that's it for today's video, all about the creation of the cosmos and of the first humans. The next video is going to be about a war between the 2 tribes of gods, the Aesir and the Vanir. So I will see you guys then. Okay. Well. Okay.